They were never used as sheep herding dogs. Let's face the fact, the Boerboel is not the cleverest dog out there.
Right.
They were never used to herd sheep. Maybe one or two dogs over the years that got trained well enough to do that.
I'm your host with the most infamous, the most duplicated, nuttiest, craziest wordful man that you ever gonna meet. What's up, y'all? I'm Jordan Pittman, and we live.
Yeah, so today what we're going to get into is what was the true function of the Boerboel breed, because I think that it's something that to be clarified, and then we can get it directly from the Prodigal horse's mouth. Nico was there when they founded the breed. He's had great experience with the breed. What was it like back then, Nico?
They were mostly guardian dogs.
Okay.
They were farm dogs, raised up in started off in Natal, where most of the stock started off, where Hoffney was in Delray. Those years, well, the crime rate in South Africa wasn't high, so the farms weren't fenced in completely. So you had a lot of problems with vermin animals coming in, predators coming in, jackal, hyena, brown hyena. Contrary to people's belief, lions are not roaming the streets in South Africa. So they were there as farm protectors and keeping the jackals away from sheep, being an early warning system for the family, as guardians for the house. And then, of course, as pets as well, because of their temperament, they make excellent pets.
So it's not this junkyard dog. It's not a vicious roaming dog. It's not exactly a hunting dog. It's not exactly a herding dog. I always classify them as a utility breed. This is what I had kind of learned in my experience. When you start talking about a farm dog, you're talking about the different chores that a farmer may be involved with. Depending on the type of farm, you have different chores. What type of farms are there in South Africa?
Depends on which area you are. We have the more dry, arid areas, where we have sheep farmers, goat farmers, cattle, then also crops, maize, mealies, soya, that type of thing. So South Africa, we've got everything that you can think of that we farm with. Um, so for that perspective, you always had to have a dog that's been able to work with, that can accept livestock as well, that can work with sheep, that won't go after sheep. And for that reason, they were never used as sheep herding dogs. Let's face the fact, the Boerboel is not the cleverest dog out there.
Right.
They were never used to herd sheep. Maybe one or two dogs over the years that got trained well enough to do that. But overall, they were there as guarding dogs in and around the homestead. One or two or three of them would jump on the back of the bucky or follow the horses when they go out to go check on the livestock. But as a norm, they were basically house-based or yard-based dogs. There was a few exceptional dogs that will follow the farmers around and follow the horses around, but that was not the norm. That was the exception.
So in most cases, you got a dog that is capable of doing these different and carrying out these different tasks. But was there any the specific purpose for the Boerboel was
Guarding dog for the family and family companion.
family companion, and that's what I like to promote the breed as. I feel like it's the ultimate family companion, with the guarding capabilities, much like a Labrador. It's got some intelligence, but it's not very specific, like you say, a herding breed. It's not very specific as a hunting breed. It primarily is a guardian that is capable of many different tasks. And I'm like, well, all of these dogs are coming from the same, litter, but within that litter, I have noticed a variety of types, a variety of styles. So that makes perfect sense. And but it's good to hear from your mouth, from you, because I don't have that personal experience.
Even down South Africa, for us, they're predominantly guarding dogs. And then, well, the temperament in and around your house with your family, with kids, that's what they are for us. Contrary belief, yeah, they can bite. They're supposed to bite when necessary. But for us, especially in South Africa, with how violent South Africa is and the amount of crime we have in South Africa, we use them as an early warning system for us.
Right, exactly. And I think that's really a great function and task for the dog. I mean, you have to back a dog up because, like you said, I know that if it's violent and it's dangerous, the dog is just a temporary obstacle to overcome. and it can be overcome. But you have to have, it's a first line of defense. That's how I classify them. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. The 30 seconds wake up call you get to get yourself ready for anything that happens in your property, or to see there's a break-in or something at your stores, or there's somebody fiddling around in the barn. Just an early warning system to get you alert that there's something on the farm that's on the farmstead, that's on the homestead, that is not like it should be.
So in today's modern society, that's why I feel that it's the ideal dog for the modern lifestyle, because you can expect, you have this warning system. You're looking for the dog to just give you some ears, give you some eyes, to give you a little bit of time to prepare yourself. You're not necessarily always looking for a dog to bite someone. You're not looking for the dog to engage, just to always be or running across the street, chasing down deers, chasing down people, chasing down things. I think it's good for the dog to stay close by home, be very concerned. My dogs are like always within proximity. They don't really wander. They don't go far away.
Exactly. These dogs come from farms. Now, if you have a dog that's going to chase around the farmer's goats or your sheep, they're not going to last on the farms.
So can you tell us a little bit about the selection process? What would be some characteristics of a valued stud dog in those days, in that era?
Well, there's a nice video. If you look on the SABBS web page, on the SABBS YouTube channel, there's a video of 1990 where they did, unfortunately, Afrikaans the video, but you can see that they went on a tour right over South Africa, and they identified the dogs based on physical characteristics,
Okay.
appraisal system,
Right.
where they got the foundation dogs from, and where they said, right, this is now the type of Boerboel that we want. Now, if you go back on those videos, you'll see most of those dogs are actually coming from farms or small holdings. They were dogs that came in from houses. The Boerboel only became very popular in South Africa as a town dog that lives in towns from the 90s. Before that, they were basically farm dogs. So for that reason, they were really popular till in the 90s, when they actually started becoming commercialized, when people started bringing them to towns as pets. So if you look at that video, you'll see it's a tour. It's on SABBS YouTube channel for the tour of 1990. Then you can see there how they selected the dogs, and you'll see the selection there as well, where they penalized dogs that didn't function well. So functionality has always been very high on the radar, very high on the scope for the Boerboel. The Boerboel must be a functional, movable dog that can move, the animal that is capable to run a couple of kilometers at least. They are not long distance runners. They're not hunting dogs that can run down like the greyhounds. But at least it must be an animal that can move. Now, normally as well, animal that moves and has got proper agility also will become a dog that gets a little bit older. And these days now, when I see with all these overweight, very heavy dogs, people are getting battling to get dogs to 8 years old. Now, for us in South Africa, it was strange if a Boerboel didn't make 10, 12, 14 years.